सोच में सकारात्मकता लाएं, जीवन को बेहतर बनाएं। मनोदर्पण पर कॉल लगाएं, मनोबल अपना और बढ़ाएं। मनोदर्पण पर कॉल लगाएं, मनोबल अपना और बढ़ाएं। चलो आज ही प्रण ले हम, मानसिक स्वास्थ्य सुधारे हम। चलो आज ही प्रण ले हम, मानसिक स्वास्थ्य सुधारे हम। मनोदर्पण के काउंसलर से परामर्श पाने के लिए डायल करें टोल फ्री नंबर 844-844-0632। नंबर एक बार फिर सुने 844-844-0632।
Hello and Namaskar. Welcome you all on this live interactive session present by CIET NCERT, and this is a special session of Sahyog. My name is Rajan Rajput and you all are watching us on eVidya channel number 6 to channel number 12 and on our official YouTube channels that are NCERT official and NCERT PM eVidya class 6 to class 12. As you all know that Sahyog and Paricharcha session are conducted by MANODARPAN under the initiative of Ministry of Education under the roof of Atmanirbhar Bharat Abhiyan for psychosocial support and mental well-being of student viewers connected through the country, across the country. So, in this Sahyog session, we are discussing an important topic today, that is value system, an important factor influencing students. So, इस विषय पर आज हम बात करेंगे and we are with esteemed guest. Today we are connected with the guest also and you too. As you can connect with us through the mediums, like you can make a call to us on MANODARPAN helpline number, that is 844-844-0632. You can make a call to our IVR number too, that is also flashing on your screen. It's 8800440559. Or you can write a mail to us on sahyog.ncert@ciet.nic.in. Through one of the mediums, NCERT official and NCERT PM eVidya class 6 to class 12 YouTube channels, you can write your comments and queries as live chat box option is available to put your questions. So, without any further delay, let's quickly meet to our resource persons. So, we are with Dr. Albert Horo, Associate Professor in Geography, DELSS Northeast Region Institute of Education, Shillong. Sir, Namaskar, warm welcome. We are with Dr. R. Zonthalina. You are practicing counselor. Sir, warm welcome you in this live session.
Thank you.
So, let us know today's topic. As I mentioned, that's a really important topic to discuss today, value system, an important factor influencing students. So, how do you understand values and value system? Sir, I request you to please describe this topic for our viewers.
Okay, let me try to discuss briefly about values and value systems. We all know that values, things like values and value systems are talked about every day, but we cannot see them, or in other words, we can say they are abstract or intangible qualities or attributes. Okay, they are very complex concepts, but it can be understood and experienced through different perspectives. So let us try to understand them this way. Values are fundamental beliefs, principles or standards that guide an individual's behavior or decisions or attitudes. So for example, my values will be guided by my beliefs or the principles or the standards that I set. Or a group can also have their values, like a society can have its values, a neighborhood can have its values, a school can also have its values. But they are all guided by the principles or the standards or the beliefs that they have. Okay. So if you can move the slide.
Yes.
If we look, yes.
Sir, please continue.
Yes, yes. So our value systems defines us also. The way we behave, the way we dress. For example, if we look at the dress that's coming up in the slide, you will see that people dress differently. The next to next slide, it's there. Next to next, again, the next slide.
Yes,
If you look
sir.
at these two gentlemen in the picture, in the slides, yes,
Yes.
just below that one, just below that, next one, we can see that, yes, it shows, even though we cannot see the value that we have in our hearts or in our brain, the way we act and the way we behave shows our values. So from these two gentlemen, it can be seen what they, what they think is important, the way we dress and the way we behave. All these are being shaped by our values. So it's very important. If we look, okay, next slide. If we look into the different types of values, we can see that there are personal values which talk about our individual beliefs and principles. Then we can have the cultural values, which are shared values within a culture or within a society. Then we have the moral values, the principles that are guiding the right and wrong behavior of a society or an individual. Then we have the social values, which talks about the norms and expectations governing the social interactions within the society. Then we have the, I think it's in the next slide, we have the spiritual values, which, yes, this one. The spiritual values, it's about the beliefs related to the meaning and the purpose and the transcendence of how we live as individuals. Okay, if you go on to the next slide, I will just end this briefly by highlighting the importance of values. Not that one, please, the next slide. In fact, I will deal with this. Yes, importance of values. So why are values so important? Because they guide our decision making and behavior as individuals and as society. Then they also shape our identity and our self-concept, and they are influential in relationship and social interaction, and they facilitate personal growth and development. So I think we now understood how we form our values and how important values are.
Yes, you are absolutely right, and now we are capable to understand that value system. Now next move on to Dr. Albert. Sir, please let us know why is it important to have a strong value system, especially among students.
Yeah, but so okay, I will just continue with it. And since sir has already discussed about the different types of values, so basically we can put it in three major sections. One is moral value, social value, personal values. I have put it in this way because these values inculcated into becoming a good citizen. And citizenship is our main idea in education system, and for the students also it is very much important one. So you can just shift over to the next slide, please, madam. So in importance, we can have categorized into four different parts. First and foremost is the personal benefit. See, in personal benefit, what we feel that it is self-independent form. It is creating an identity among the students. It is not only helping them to decide what is good for them, what is better for them, and they will be a very good decision maker also. They will become an honest also. This is what personal benefit is related with the value system. And then obviously these are the students one, and the academic benefit is also very important. And if they have the values, so then they will not only be in disciplined manner, they will study, they will divide their study time in different manners. So they will really excel in their academics also. So
Yes.
beside that, it is another thing is social benefit. See, we are the social animal, and in society we have to live together. So togetherness, brotherhood, and taking concern of the adult one. So all these things are related with it. So even then, so overall it can be concluded the importance of these values are related with in terms of the long-term benefit. And long-term benefit is obviously our main aim of education, that is the citizenship, and it will convert into the citizenship.
Yes, absolutely correct, sir.
And
Yes.
Next, just
the-
next slide. There, yes, ma'am. There are few challenges also. So obviously, these challenges can be faced if they have the values built in the students, so they can do very much good things in their future. So these are the challenges. I'm just listed it properly. So anyhow, the values will help them in facing these challenges and facing these things. So this is what
Yes.
that's why it is really important to have those values in the students also.
Yes, you are right, sir. And Zothan Alia, sir, I really want to know what are the factors can influence the value system of an individuals and a family and of course a society.
Okay, yes. Dealing with that, there are many factors. If you can move this to the next slide, you will see that there are many factors which can affect the value system of people, individual, society, family. Now, at the individual level, these are the factors that I have identified, but I will not deal with all of them. I will just deal with the education part. Okay. So when we talk about education, there are many ways of describing and understanding education. People will say it's a means of modifying behavior, or like it's a change in behavior, or all those things, or personal development and all those things. But one way of understanding education is to do away with the ignorance of others. Like in the early days, the educators were referred to as people who destroy the ignorance of others. Okay. So when we go to school, for example, when children come to school, they move out of their family, and they are exposed to the values of other families, like other culture, the neighborhood, the society, and even the nation also. When we come to school, we learn about what we valued as a nation. Okay, so education is very important. And the values that come along with education itself, like for example, education tells us to be fair, education tells us to be just, and it helps us to cooperate and work with others. So all these values we learn through education. I mean, education is a means of, affecting all this. And we learn about the values of the past generation also. For example, when we are introduced to the subject of history, for example, we learn
Yes.
what people values, what was important during our, how do we say, past generation. So it's very important. So education helps us to shape good values as individual, at the individual level. Okay, moving on to the next slide, I will talk about the family level. And these are the points that I have identified. And I will talk only about the parenting style. Okay. See, being a parent is very difficult.
Yes.
I have 3 children. Even though they are all with me, they are quite different. Like with regard to their personalities, with regard to their attitudes, their moods, and their habits also, they're quite different. But as parents, we have this, if we support healthy growth and development in the family, then it will influence our children positively.
Yes, of course.
There are different types of parenting style that people talk about, like being authoritarian, authoritative, permissive, or uninvolved. Or I'm not going to talk about which one is good or which one is bad, but I just want to highlight this authoritative parenting style, which seems to work well because it helps children, to be close to their parents and to open up to their parents and to nurture relationship with their parents. So parenting style is also very important. And lastly, with regard to this, if we can go to the next slide, I just want to talk about the social institutions, like our school. We have discussed that, so I'll not talk about the school. And the religious places or religious institutions where we go to, like the Gurudwara or the temple or the church or the mosque. These are places where we learn values, and they're very important. Social institutions are the established patterns of behaviors, beliefs, and relationships that organize our social life. And many of our, for example, I'm from language background, so I read a lot of books and stories, and these are very much affected by our social institutions. We cannot write beyond the social norms. We cannot use language beyond the social norms. We cannot have characters beyond the social norms. So social institutions are very important in shaping our value system.
Yes, very nice, and information part that is we receive from you, it is really important. And how can educators and parents promote a positive value system in students? Let us know with the Dr. Albertoro. Yes, Dr. Albertoro, please let us know. So let's learn what are the consequences of a weak value system with the Zothalania sir, and next we move on to with Dr. Albertoro.
Yes, yes, okay. So weak value system in the sense is like wrong judgments, or
Yes.
it can have this bad impact on students, children also, and even family also. I will talk this from the individual level, family level, and the social level also again, like the previous ones. If we can move to the slide that talks about the next, yes, consequences. Yes, at individual level, it affects our decision making and judgment also. A weak value system will make us believe that some things are of great value when they are actually not of great value. Okay, for example, there are many people who think that people will respect us if we wear nice clothes or if we use expensive gadgets. However, in reality, it is not so, because we all understand that people doesn't look very much to all these things, all these gadgets and dress and the way we appear. And that one, if we have weak value system, it will also cloud our judgment of others. Of course, it's not good to judge others, but we always do. Okay, as human beings, it's impossible to judge others. But
Yes.
if we have a weak value system, it will cloud our judgment, because we will judge others on their behavior, on the way they dress, whether they have money or not, whether they drive nice cars or not, whether they use good gadgets or not, and not on their character, which on the other hand is very important. Okay, character is much more important than all these outward appearances. So if we have a weak value system as individuals, it will affect our decision making and judgment. I will deal only with that, and you can see all the other points. So next one is at the family level. If we can move to the next slide. Yes, I will deal only with the red ones, difficulty resolving conflicts. See, I have seen families who live beyond their earnings. For example, they will borrow, they will keep on borrowing and trying to, look rich and well-to-do in the eyes of others. But in reality, they are not. I've seen families who were being kicked out of their homes because they could not pay their debts. Okay,
Yes.
it's a sad thing to see that kind of situation. So it's very difficult as family, if we have a weak value system, to to resolve conflicts inside the family also. Then at the societal level, if we can move to the next slide. Yes, I will deal only with the environmental degradation and neglect. Although we have all this social unrest and conflict, increased crime and corruption and all these things. Okay, as society, if a society gives more importance to money, riches, and wealth than to sustainable living and simple living, then it will result in degradation of the environment and nature also.
Yeah.
See, as a society, if we tend to forget the importance of nature and the environment, and instead go on to these things which we feel is more important than nature or the environment, then we are going to face the consequences.
Yeah,
So it
definitely.
is
That's all about
Yes.
the consequences of a weak value system. In today's
Yes,
live
yes.
interactive session of Sahyog, we are discussing value system, an important factor influencing student, and we are with Dr. R. Zothalania, practicing counselor. Sir, thank you so much for your informative words and for the session. Thank you so much. Here I am mentioning another guest, Dr. Albert Horo, Associate Professor, Geography. Sir, thank you so much for connecting with us for today's Sahyog session. And
Thank you.
yes. In next session we are with a NEPA session, and for today's NEPA session we are with another topic, that is role of SRG in creating footprints for school leadership development, a case of Chhattisgarh. So we are here to celebrate achievements of another expert, another principal who create their school to new heights. हम यहाँ पर चाहेंगे आपसे अनुमति, आप हमारे साथ जुड़े हुए हैं eVidya चैनल नंबर 1 से चैनल नंबर 12 तक और हमारे ऑफिशियल यूट्यूब चैनल्स के ज़रिए। सहयोग सेशन के ज़रिए आज हमने एक बार फिर एक अहम विषय पर बात हुई वैल्यू सिस्टम को लेकर और किस तरह से ये छात्रों को इन्फ्लुएंस करते हैं। मैं सृजन आज के इस सत्र से आपसे इन्हीं शब्दों के साथ चाहूँगी अनुमति कि आप भी वैल्यू सिस्टम को ध्यान में रखते हुए बच्चों के बीच में इसकी जागरूकता को बनाए रखें। नमस्कार।
सोच में सकारात्मकता लाएं, जीवन को बेहतर बनाएं। मनोदर्पण पर कॉल लगाएं, मनोबल अपना और बढ़ाएं। मनोदर्पण पर कॉल लगाएं, मनोबल अपना और बढ़ाएं। चलो आज ही प्रण ले हम, मानसिक स्वास्थ्य सुधारे हम। चलो आज ही प्रण ले हम, मानसिक स्वास्थ्य सुधारे हम। मनोदर्पण के काउंसलर से परामर्श पाने के लिए डायल करें टोल फ्री नंबर 844-844-0632। नंबर एक बार फिर सुने 844-844-0632।